We are always trying to avoid getting sick, but now more than ever. And prevention is our first line of defense. We want to keep our immune system on alert. And you heard it here first, folks. Seasonal immunity is out. All year long immunity is in. So here to teach us how to put that into practice is our health and wellness expert, Bryce Wylde. It's been so long.
Too long, way too long.
Welcome.
I remember you very well, but now
Right?
even more so vivid, right in front of me. So great to see you in person.
It is great to have you back. And I love that we're going to be talking about this because we are really concerned with, no one wants to get sick. So let's start with prevention. And that's one of the biggest ways to sort of keep the illness away, right?
We're still touching our face too often. A lot of studies
so
show
hard.
it's so hard, whether you've got an itch or you're thinking.
Yes.
At the end of the day, that's a perfect way to introduce a viral load or a bacterial load right into your system.
Right.
So of course it's hard not to itch or scratch your eyes. So why don't you try picking up a tissue there and using that instead. Before you enter your nose or your eyes, you want to have some kind of protective, clean barrier, okay?
Got it.
Another really useful tip is if you can't stop, choose an essential oil. These are all natural, harmless, non-toxic. But here's the tip. Use one you don't like the smell of.
Okay, well, I don't love this.
Okay, so what you want to do is dab a couple of drops on your fingertips, rub those around, and then guess what? Nanoseconds before you touch your nose, you're going to go, whoa, oh yeah, I remember, and you're going to avoid it, okay?
Because a lot of us just have those nervous tics where it's like a little thing on your nose, or you're always doing your eyebrow, or you're always, for me, it's my hair.
Yeah, and some folks just are adjusting their masks too much. So this essential oil will get up and around and through the mask, allowing you to sort of get that instinctual, oh, stop, right? If that's not working for you, maybe a pair of gloves. And certainly maybe not around the office, and now we're back to sort of work more often, but certainly around the house where it's nowhere that you care to be, seen to be wearing something of a surgical nature. So that will remind you, again, seconds before you start touching.
Yeah, it will. And you look like a weirdo.
And plus,
just going to walk around with these.
Right, and plus the gloves are going to cover up anything that's under the fingernails, and it's obviously a lot more hygienic. Listen, if all that's failing for you, you might have to learn, a lot of psychotherapists, cognitive behavioral therapists, use this technique when you sit on your hands.
Touch your bum?
Sit on your hands for a good 5-10 minutes a day to suppress that urge to touch your face. Point is, we're allowing ourselves to touch our face too often, one of the best, most preventive ways to kick that habit. Okay. So this doesn't last forever, just it trains you, retrains your body.
It trains you. Okay, I love that. Now, we've got to be diligent about not touching the face, but we also have to wash those hands, and there's a special way to do it. You got to get in there. You got to get in the pads,
20 seconds, sing happy birthday, whatever it takes for you to remember whenever you're at the sink, more often, more diligent. Same thing with sanitizer. You got to get up and around and inside the fingernails as best you can. Right. Just think of it like a surgeon. What does a surgeon do? Do it that way.
That's right. And I do see people walking around after they've washed their hands and they're doing this. You know,
dry
like
off,
just like a surgeon.
Yeah, it's funny.
So let's talk about the next thing we need to do to make sure our immunity is on point. And part of this is about your body temperature.
So it's all about immunomodulation. This is a scientific term which means achieving Goldilocks, right? That perfect balance. You don't want to be overboosted, and you certainly don't want to be depressed. Either situation is problematic, and you're right, it does start with temperature. So mom, grandma, they were always right. Cover up in the winter. Why? Yale University, a few studies done there, prestigious university, and others, the nose sticks out of the face for the most part. And at that tip of the nose where viruses and bacteria love to breed, they breed even more at a couple of degrees less. So when it's cold, they have a perfect storm. Now, when you're too hot or dehydrated, nasal membranes and other membranes crack. You get dehydrated, they crack. Another perfect entry point for viruses and bacteria. So how do you achieve that perfect balance? Keep covered when it's cold. What's interesting is our temperatures, by the way, have kind of decreased over time due to metabolic syndrome. Doctors are realizing they shouldn't really call a fever until you're at least 100 or so degrees and higher. So average between 97 and 99. But bottom line, keep covered. And the latest science around echinacea spray in the mouth, in the mouth cavity, has been shown to kill viruses on contact, but also to bump your immune system up locally so as to defend against viruses and bacteria.
That's interesting. So then it's the old cold does cause cold.
Bingo. And there are ways to prevent that.
Okay, so you need to have that perfect in between, not too cold, not too hot. You need to work out. We know that that's important.
Exercise is key. It's pivotal every single day. We'll talk about how much, but over-exercising
Also
is problematic
bad.
as well. Too much inflammation.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of injury. Your body has to deal with that rather than the resources to take care of viruses and bacteria. Go figure.
Yeah.
Exercising too hard, like really, really hard, like, you know, elite athlete style,
Yeah.
you're immune depressed for about half an hour after that workout. Not exercising at all, your immune system fails as well.
Yeah.
But everyone should get at least, you know, 5 days a week of a half an hour weight bearing and some cardio, like walking or fast walking,
Yeah.
every single day.
Every single day.
Every single day.
That is up from, you know, people used to say 3 times a week.
But we've become sedentary. So
We're
now we have to
so
motivate people to
sedentary.
achieve a little bit higher, even if they come a
Okay.
little under that. So get it in every single day.
You gotta move.
The other thing is stress.
Yeah.
Stress, you know, you want to learn how to meditate, okay?
I
Got to
love
learn
that
how to
sound.
meditate or mindfulness 10 to 15 minutes a day. It's all you really need to do.
Yep.
Too little stress, you're sluggish.
Yes.
You're not on point.
Yeah.
But too much stress, and that's most of us, your cortisol's up and your immune system is down.
Yeah.
You might want to also improve sleep habits and try a little melatonin. That's amazing, and the research shown to actually enhance our immune systems, not just get us deep, restful sleep, but enhance our immune systems for the next day.
Very, very important
Yeah.
sleep. I find when that goes bad, my immunity is down immediately.
Most
Like
of
I'm
us.
going to get sick if I don't have the sleep.
Probably the number one thing.
Okay, next, you want to talk about putting some good bacteria back in the body,
Yeah, so it never suggests that anyone goes and gets infected for any virus or bacteria purposely, like the age-old like chickenpox party. That's silly.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about balancing the immune system, so once we don't get sick, and a lot of us haven't been for a few years, like
Yeah.
the immune system's like a muscle.
Right.
You don't train it, it gets weak. So by
Yes.
training it, so one of the things that probiotics do, whether it's from diet through like kimchi, sauerkraut, things like that,
Yeah.
or using probiotic products that are on the market, you're introducing a bacteria that confers health benefit, but it trains the immune system. 80% of it's in the gut. It's called
Yeah.
GALT. Gut-associated lymphoid tissue. You train that, you're going to help your body defend against viruses and bacteria.
Okay, so the kids can go eat some dirt.
Well, this is the
Maybe
problem.
a little bit.
Well, we're not exposed to that dirt, literally and figuratively, at all in the last few years. And so,
Right.
yes, probiotics might help to kind of replace
Yes.
in a healthy dirt form.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit's okay.
A little bit.
Let's talk about what we should be putting into our body in terms of nutrition.
Diet, paramount. We've
Yeah.
heard this before. It's age-old adage by this time. Eat your fruits and veggies, primarily the rainbow. Think of it every single day. Make sure you audit your fridge. Purple
Yeah.
is actually one of the most important. Anthocyanidins. It's a long term, but it's going to boost your immune system. Very potent bioflavonoid.
And they're pretty.
Yeah.
Purple's pretty.
And by the way, ditch this stuff. Micronutrient deficient as much as you can, or at least significantly less in it.
Yeah.
Sugar, white flour, salt, and of course the hydrogenated oils and the refined oils. That's going to depress your immune system.
Yeah.
Lastly, on the tip of bioflavonoids and antioxidants, quercetin, which is a really interesting new studied bioflavonoid vitamin,
Okay.
is found high in apples and in onions. You can get it in supplement
like
form.
them
Here's the
both.
tip. You can't eat yourself to a therapeutic dose of quercetin. So it's a perfect
Yeah.
example as to how you want to supplement with quercetin in this day and age, Trace.
Yeah, we're not trying to eat a bag of onions.
No, I wouldn't recommend
But
it.
that's really good that there's a supplement that will do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you
You're
so
always
much.
looking so healthy. This is why.
You
have
too.
the advice. I love it. Thanks for keeping us
you.
in tip-top